So tell me an experience you once had that you can never forget in a rush.
Get ready.
It still ends up being about a man.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I once dated a guy and my parents don't like him one bit. They even told me clearly that I'm never going to marry him.
Why? What's up?
And funny enough, they showed him that they don't like him too. The only reason they didn't stop us that time was because they were not sure what was going on between us. So one day I was at a job interview. So while they were interviewing me, my phone kept on ringing. It was my mom. I just had to put the phone on silent because they were asking me questions. So when I finished, I called her back and I asked her, Mom, what happened now? I was being interviewed and you were just calling me. You want them to fire me before they even hire me.
Mom, I wonder.
She didn't even answer that one. She just said, where is your sister? I was like, she's at home now. I left her there. My mom sounded all worked up and said, she's not there. We've been looking for her for the past 2 hours. So I quickly ran home. When I got home, everybody was looking worried. My mom has cried her eyes out and I asked what happened. They said my sister is missing. Missing how?
Wonder.
I no grew. We did another 2 hours search and our neighbors even had to join us in this particular one. We called her name until our voices cracked. Then we had to involve the police. But they said we had to wait 24 hours before declaring someone missing. Unless if it's the case of kidnapping, then we'll wait for a call.
Oh, God.
So we went back home so confused. 3 hours later, my mom's phone rang. She immediately picked and it was a deep male voice, almost like the guy was trying to make his voice sound deep. And he said, are you the mother of so? And my mom answered hurriedly, yes, she is. And then he said, the daughter has been kidnapped and you have 48 hours to provide 8 million naira if you want to see your daughter alive again.
The blood of Jesus.
My mom almost collapsed. That was when my boyfriend came in.
I don't understand.
Yes, the one my parents never liked.
Okay.
He said he came as soon as he heard what happened. I said yes, so it has not been confirmed that my sister was kidnapped. Now, when the ransom call ended, he took the phone from my mom and called the kidnappers again. He negotiated with them confidently and he said, we don't have 8 million. No. He begged for them to please reduce it, that things are hard and the lady in question is just a kid. They talked and they finally decided to collect 1.8 million, but they said it wasn't within 48 hours again, it was now 24 hours.
Huh?
My mom was just crying and my dad was just there, but he wasn't there. So after my boyfriend dropped the call with the kidnappers, he gave my mom the phone and left quietly. The next morning, exactly around 7:15 a.m., I saw my sister walking quietly to the house with my boyfriend.
No.
My mom saw her daughter coming and she shouted, Jesus, oh, Chikugozi, and she ran to grab her daughter.
Ayibo.
Yes.
Carry on.
My mom started asking too many questions at the same time. And then my sister said, Uncle Benjamin came this morning and gave the thieves money and they released me. Yeah. She even said the kidnappers were friendly and they bought food for her and they told her not to be afraid. My parents knelt down in front of this guy to show how grateful they were, and when the guy told them to stand up and they refused, he had to kneel down and follow them.
Are you serious?
My mom kept on saying, God will bless you, how will I repay you? And then my boyfriend's phone rang. I looked at his phone, it was not his iPhone, it was a small phone. So I asked him, Benjamin, where's your phone? I said, oh, that one, I sold it. My mom shocked. She said, you sold your phone, Benjamin? And he said, I also sold my watch and my laptop. That was how I was able to pay the ransom for your daughter. Yeah. Those are gadgets and life was involved. And your daughter is also like my sister. And I can also get a new one and a better one.
I'm proud of you, you know that.
My mom broke down again and started crying. My dad tied to this boy. I don't know whether I should catch him, but he later left the room for us. From that day, everything changed, and all of a sudden, it was all about him. So let me tell you something. There was this evening he came to the house, and it was very late. He couldn't go back home. My parents did not even allow him to go back home because it was very late. They had to look for a space for him in the house for him to pass the night. That was how much my parents trusted this guy. The next morning, guess what? They surprised him with a brand new Android phone. Yeah. The boy refused to collect it. He was like, Mama, there's no need for all of these things. I just did it out of the goodness of my heart. And my mom kept on insisting. So he had to collect the phone and give it to my younger sister, the one he rescued from the kidnappers then. Because that time she was using one button phone like that. In fact, it got to a point where my mom liked my boyfriend more than me.
That one we are not going to tolerate at all.
And everything was actually going well until something happened.
What's up?
I later found out that my boyfriend never sold his phone. neither his watch or his laptop.
What are you saying?
And my sister was never kidnapped in the first place.
What do you mean? How?
Because those guys were guys he paid to carry my sister for just a day. So all the calls, the negotiations and everything was all planned all along.
If I no laugh, I go cry. So it's better I laugh.
And he did all of these things just to win my parents' hearts, because he really wanted my parents to see him differently, and he succeeded, because after that my parents adored him. So out of all the things he could do to win his future in-laws over, he had to choose a whole movie production.
Wonder.
And the weirdest part of this whole thing is when I found out everything that this guy did, I did not break up with him, neither did I hate him. Instead, my love for him increased.
Nothing is coming out of your mouth.
Because a part of me kept on saying he did everything he did just to fight for us, which is crazy and cringe. So I confronted him at first, but he ended up acting like he didn't know what I was talking about until I showed him that I knew what I was talking about. He later admitted, and he started apologizing. He said he didn't know what to do for my parents to approve him, so he just had to do anything. He was so desperate and he had to do what he had to do. So he kept on apologizing. I didn't insult him, neither did I shout at him. I just stood up and left. Not because I hated him or not because I had anything against him, but because I wanted him to know that what he did had gravity. So for 2 days, I didn't call him. He didn't call me either. And then it was 1 week after I decided to call him. And when I tried calling him, it wasn't reachable. More like he has blocked me or something. So I went to his house, but the guy wasn't there anymore. Lo and behold, the guy has left the house, my streets, and my life.
Oh my God!
2 months later, a new number called me. It was him. And he said he was sorry again.
You, they go now, they go.
But he said he loves me. But the truth will eventually come out one day. And if my parents find out, it's not just going to be an embarrassment, it will be a disaster.
Exactly.
Because he knows he has played with their emotions so much. I told him nobody will find out, we could still be together. But he said something that ended it for me. He said even if they never found out, his conscience won't live like that. And today, my parents still believed he was the boy who saved our bloodline. Most times, my parents still ask about him and ask of his whereabouts. I just tell them he has traveled out and trying to make something meaningful out of his life. So sometimes when they mention him, I just smile. They don't know the whole story, and they might never know. But I moved on, because no matter how sweet the intentions sound, a lie will always come out.
Bum.
And I wouldn't want to be standing beside it when he did.